years. For most of us, today is a mix of both happy and sad. We look forward to the challenges that face us tomorrow, but grieve for the things that must be left behind in order to face them. Today is a huge milestone in our lives. We are now adults, and we can now choose our own path instead of following the one laid out before us. And it sounds great, but all this new freedom comes at a price. We can no longer coast through accepting what we're given and achieving what they ask. We now have to search out and find for ourselves what we want. And we have to decide how much of ourselves we are willing to give in order to get it. There's a great adventure laid out before all of us today, and we now have to decide how will we travel. Will we follow the path of least resistance, or will we struggle to create a new one? Will we strive to please ourselves, or will we sacrifice to please others? Will we make excuses for our failures, or will trying our best be excuse enough? People all too often travel aimlessly forward because they are so afraid of standing still. But it is in those moments when we stop to assess where we are going that we can see the true paths laid out before us. Make the decisions in your life carefully and deliberately, because they will in turn determine its path. Never stumble forward because you are too afraid to go back, and never turn back because you are too afraid to go forward. When you look back on your life, you won't regret asking your dream date to the prom and getting shot down. And you won't regret deciding to try something new and failing at it. What you'll regret are the times you didn't make your greatest effort, the times you settled for something less out of fear or pride or whatever else it is that we use to explain to ourselves why we don't try our hardest. Graduation is the end of a very small chapter in our lives. Fortunately, we are the ones who get to write the pages that will lead to its ending, and we have the power to determine its outcome. Now, I'm not saying that our lives will turn out exactly as we planned. I would love to stand up here and say to you that our lives will be easy and that things will never go wrong, but they will. One day, we will find ourselves faced with situations that we can't handle. We will find ourselves in places that are so scary, we won't even want to think about how we got there. And we'll lose things so valuable, we won't think we can go on without them. We will fail, and we will lose our way. But we'll find it again. We'll stand up and rise above the problems in our lives, and we'll realize that we're not alone. We all share our failures and our victories with the people who love us, people like those sitting in this room here today. It is the struggle that gives value to the things we hold dear, and it is through that struggle that our true character is defined. As long as we follow our dreams and are never afraid to ask for help when we need it, I have faith that we will find our true path, and will achieve things even we can't imagine. Have a great life. Thank you. And I'd like to introduce our salutatorian, Julianne Massey Stewart.
Well, we made it, or at least most of us did. Tonight is the night I'm sure we have been waiting for and working towards for 13 years. It's hard to believe music won't last? Do you run through each day on the fly, or when you ask, how are you, do you hear the reply? When the day is done, do you lie in your bed with the next 100 chores running through your head? You'd better slow down, don't dance so fast. Time is short, the music won't last. Ever told your child we'll do it tomorrow, and in your haste not see his sorrow? Ever lost touch, let a good friendship die, because you never had time to call and say hi? You'd better slow down, don't dance so fast. Time is short, the music won't last. I feel this poem says so much, and it pertains to all of us, that when we run so fast to get somewhere, or we get so caught up in our own busy lives, we miss half the fun of getting there, and we fail to see all the important steps along the way. As I bring my speech to a close and spend my last moments with you, my fellow teachers and classmates, I pray that you can forgive me for setting such a poor example and being slow to confess my faith. Once again, thank you all for the special times and memories. I will cherish them my whole life through. Goodbye, good luck, and may God bless each and every one of you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce seniors Ellen Bennett, Rebecca Gardner, Amanda Conroy, and Krista Waters, who will perform How We Sang Today. Mr. Jerry Edwards, for the presentation of the class.
Graduates, family, and friends, I'd like to take a moment to introduce the people on the stage. First of all, representing the Battleground School Board, President, Mr. Frederick Stryker. Director, Dr. Mark Pelletier. Director, Mr. David Sontag. Director, Mr. Sam Kim. And Director, Mrs. Karen Lehman. The Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Shawnee Grant. The Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Diana Kissinger. And the Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Lynn Hicks. Also helping out with diploma distribution tonight will be past school board member Ryan Nett. I want to take this opportunity to also thank the new parents who helped organize our grad night. It is a process that helps keeps our kids very safe. A continued goal for the class of 2001 has been to restore our old traditions, bring about a spirit and a sense of friendliness at Battleground High School. Hanging above my head, to my right, waiting for the cue, is the continued tradition of the senior mural. This mural will be placed in the cafeteria for the next 5 to 7 years. The mural was painted by Spencer Ray, Josh Gaylord, Heather Stagler, and Wes Stevenson. Thank you very much. Also, the class of 2001 presented this year's senior gift, which will include the granite sign, a granite sign to be placed in front of the rotunda that welcomes visitors to Battleground High School. And, as most of you noticed, the new Tiger table drapes, we're going to leave them up for Prairie High School tomorrow night. One of the traditions here is the Silver Dollar Award. The Silver Dollars Award is the class chooses a special charity for the presentation of silver dollars as they walk across the stage. They give a silver dollar to the principal. This class of 2000 has chosen North Everest Children's Hospital. In my official capacity as principal, school board members, Mrs. Lehman, President Stryker, Mr. Sontag, Mr. Kim, Dr. Pelletier, Superintendent Dr. Bria, Assistant Superintendents Dr. Gelsinger, and Mrs. Hicks, I attest that these students who are about to be presented have met all the criteria for graduation as defined by Washington State law and board policy for the Battleground schools. On behalf of the outstanding staff here at Battleground High School, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2001.
Richard Buckmeyer. Sarah Maria Carlson. Jared Kent Nicholson. Jolianne Massey Stewart. Stephen Lewis Byers. Erin Danielle Easter. Cora Megan Ludwig. Timothy Justin LeCount. James Air Wainwright. Jason Michael Beach. Kenneth Nils Nyholm. Rebecca Lynn Garner. Annette Michelle Stewart Koistinen. Ryan Philip Spencer. Melissa Joy Davis. Deanna Louise Southwood. Carrie Marie Miller. Krista Marie Waters. Corianne Elizabeth Presser. Heidi Ann Schroeder. Evan Paul Thomas. Brandon Richard McMillan. Kara Jean Richter. Spencer Scott Ryrie. Joseph David Linnaeus. Janelle May Spencer. Lindsay Starr Anderson. Heidi Ann Yinger. Heather Rose McAfee. Leah Renee McCabe. Clayton Angelos O'Donnell. Dana Marie Hoynowski. Stacy Renee Horlacker. Aubrey Lynn Banning. Grant Ronald Rosalind. Nicholas John Alexander. Jason Wayne Bray. John Frank Marini. Carla Charleston Simonson. Chad William Bellica. April Joy James St. Clair. Becky Ann Staben. Michael Allen Terry. Elena Lynn Marriott. Heather Ashley Stager. James Richard Henderson. Tiffany Renee Pegararo. Elizabeth Jane Brink. Jessica Lynn Yancey. Roger Michael Benz. Samuel Trust Hall. Jeffrey Charles Embry. Kylie Ann Lebanon. Marina Elizabeth Schwartz. Douglas Timothy Rieger. Alexis Joy Wirch. Allison Rolls Mock. Corinne Marie Holmes. Joseph Morris Coburn. Shara Ann Massey. Jeremy Warren Nelson. Fred Walter Neiman. Brandy Nicole Hare. Michael Norman Dashel. Amanda Bay Conroy. Brooke Michelle Prather. Stacy Nicole Anderson. Linda Marie Poach. Derek Benson Breyer. Kenneth Martin Ager. Julie Ida Marie Haley. John Lewis Armstrong. Faith Kristen Kirk. Roland David Oltman. Trixie Marie Carvinen. Sylvia Annette Wertenen. Jeffrey Paul Bloomquist. Diane Catherine Somero. Russell Benjamin Gilliland. Luke A. Thomas. Rob Richard Wantia. Jason Abdillah. Jared Clark Biller. Adam Michael Aberly. Carmen Nicole Atchison. Kyle James Allenbaugh. Nicole Caroline Anderson. Sarah Loren Anderson. Megan Lee Atwood. Kalina Lynn Babcock. Sarah Denise Baker. Luke Edward Barclay. Cody Wayne Barham. Ryan Bassett. Chad Eric Beasley. Lindsay Charlene Bechtel. Laura Jean Beck. Ellen Marie Bennett. Nicholas Joel Berg. Jennifer Christine Berry. Mary Josephine Beaker. Jamie Lee Black. Nicole Marie Blackwell. Sarah Nicole Blevins. Lucas Samuel Bowler. Megan Leah Borton. Lisa Marie Boucher. Amy Rebecca Brandenburg. Callie Beth Brannock. Walter Roberto Brennis. Chad